Michael Myers is here because it's Halloween.
And don't show up to Kristen's house without a costume.
Facts. Welcome back to Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea on all things Long Island. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Sharon. Welcome back.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't even know. It's wild. I looked at my notes and I'm like, oh my God, I've been gone this long. I can't even talk about these things. It's been a lot.
I like it a lot.
A lot to unpack on this episode.
I know. And it's our Halloween.
It's our Halloween. Everything, if you're watching on YouTube, it's very spooky in here. I love the new graphics that Michael put up. It's so cute. And then we've got another Michael. We've got another Michael in the studio today. Looks like he's going to stab me.
He's coming
and I'm
after
like,
us.
Unless I get to it first, Michael. Can't stab me if I were to stab myself.
Oh, God.
So yeah, that's where my mind's at today. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Yeah, good.
You're back.
I'm back, and it's been a whirlwind.
Ah, girl.
Yeah, so
One flight to another,
oh,
to another.
my God. I took Tegan to Purdue to go look at Purdue. So dang cute.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was nice. It's just far. Like, if you don't know Purdue, I didn't. It's like, I think it's like an hour and a half. It's in between Chicago and Indianapolis. It's like an hour and a half from Chicago.
Oh.
And then an hour to Indianapolis. So we flew to Chicago, spent the night. We drove like an hour and a half and went to Purdue. It's like in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, interesting.
It's like it's what you would expect rural Indiana to look like.
Okay.
Driving there, we were like, okay. Although they had a bunch of windmills, which was cool, like kind of those Palm Springs windmills.
I love that, yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. But Purdue was beautiful once you got there. Great campus. We did a couple of campus tours, and the home of was where Neil Armstrong went.
Oh.
It's where Amelia Earhart went.
Oh.
So they definitely are all about aviation and aerospace, and that's what she wants to do. So it was really exciting and cool, and I love that because it's so secluded. It felt like friendly and safe and sweet.
That's great.
It was sweet. I liked it. So we went to a football game.
Yeah, how was it?
So fun. It was Purdue versus Oregon.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
Which Oregon is like epic. The duck and everything is here. It was packed. It was a smaller stadium. It was only like one bowl, but it was a blackout, so we all wore black. It was packed. I mean, the student section went all up the entire level, 3 sections. It was not a seat in the house. It's just amazing how much school spirit they have.
Yeah, that's awesome. What do you mean it was a blackout?
Everyone wore black.
Why?
Because they do that, like they theme things. So when we went to the Arizona State game, it was a maroon monsoon.
Oh, I love it. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, or gold, wear gold, and it's cool because then they tell you. First of all, it's smart because then you buy the merch.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I don't have black merch or I don't have maroon merch. I got to go buy it.
Right.
And then everybody's like, you can tell everybody's the same team.
That's cute.
Purdue got creamed.
Did they?
It was hilarious. And everybody knew, like, I think Ducks are number 1 or number 2.
Okay.
So they're amazing.
Okay.
But it was so cute though, because it was just such a good, positive. It just felt so nice.
Oh,
everybody was so nice.
Yeah.
There are a couple times where they're like calling, they're reviewing a call, and so they stop to play and they're like reviewing it. And the whole stadium, they play "Let It Be."
Oh.
And they all get out their lighters and they're like, "There will be an answer.
Cute.
Let it be." And they all sing. It was so cute. I was like, "This is freaking adorable."
That is adorable.
It was like when you go to Arizona State, it's like
devils.
Thunder. No. And here they're like, "Let it be." Okay. It was very
cute.
It was just a completely different vibe.
That is adorable.
Oh, and the other thing that was really funny is before the game, they do this whole thing. You can tell that they're traditions because they would do things that everybody knew.
Right.
And then right before they play the national anthem, they were like, they gave this whole speech on the announcement, like, da-da-da, these 4 words, they mean so much. It's what we're based on. It's what our foundation on, da-da-da. And then they're like, so those 4 words are, and then the whole stadium says, "I am an American." And then they roll out the flag.
It
was like,
chills.
what?
Oh.
We were like, okay.
I love this.
There's some spirit. There's some patriotism.
Oh, wow.
We were just, and then they did this, what was the other thing I thought that was so cute that they do, like whenever they do this one part in the stadium where they're like, okay, future Boilermakers, let's see. And so then everyone, like this one guy for like literally pops his baby up. I was like, the baby, like when airs, everyone pops their kids up and the kids are dancing and they play the theme song to Lion King, like the Simba where you're holding up Simba and they all hold it.
Cute.
It was like precious.
Yeah, that is adorable.
I mean, Michael's nodding because it's like, it was surreal.
Yeah.
And so, you know, there's some pros and cons to being rural.
Yeah.
The cons being, you know, Cracker Barrel or Cheddar's.
Yeah.
Where do you want to eat? You know what I mean? We were like, okay. And by the way, we chose Cracker Barrel all day long because it's delicious. But it was kind of like, okay, you know, but it was so fun. So we did that.
Is she interested? She loved it?
She loved it.
Okay.
She loved it. Okay. We toured the honors college and it was like maybe a little bit too nerdy. She's like, it's just like a little bit too nerdy.
Intense, yeah.
Yeah. So it was like everyone here at least seems like.
Yep.
But they just seem very academically focused, and she's more on the quiet and shy side. But we'll see where she ends up going. But we loved it.
Okay.
Kudos to all the Purdue people. What a wonderful community.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And the tour was really great, and it was very, very impressive. Oh, get this. So we went around. You'll appreciate this. We went around, and they said, you know, where are you from on the tour? Mm-hmm. Where are you from? What's your favorite show? What are you going to study? Right. So they're going around, and people are like, So they're like, they're all from Indiana or Ohio or Wisconsin. What are those other states? Yep. You know, Illinois. So Tegan's like, I'm from Long Island, New York. And they're like, whoa. Mm-hmm. So, and she's like, and my favorite show is Jersey Shore. I'm like, thank you for the, Tegan, thank you for the branding. I'm like, really? Can you, I'm trying to like tell people Long Island is not always what they see on TV.
That's funny.
And they all laughed, you know. Yeah. I was like, thanks. There you go. Right. Just reverted right back to Jersey Shore. But, you know, Michael knows all the people from Jersey Shore. So he's like, you know, so
he gets it.
it's still a thing. Anyway, it was hilarious. So then I was home for 12 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Literally. And got to, then I took off to go to Brand USA, UK, which is in London. And they had the CEO Summit as well as London Week. And so you have to be selected. Mm-hmm. There's like a waiting list to go to this. And so you have to like it's like a lottery. And it was so I didn't get to go last year. I wasn't, you know, so this is the year I was finally selected, and Alfredo was there doing all of our international tour operator stuff. And it's just like a really amazing, it's very quick. It's only 2 days, but it was a really amazing event. And Fred Dixon, who was the CEO of NYC Tourism, is now the CEO of Brand USA, which is like the United States Tourism Office. And so it was his first time as the CEO, and it was his new platform, which is amazing. And he announced a bunch of new positions, including a lot of them from NYC and Company. I'm like, bye, NYC and Company. You're all going to Brand USA. Jeanette, who was the chief marketing officer there, is now the position is called the SVP of Innovation, or was it SVP of AI and Chief Innovation Officer.
Wow.
AI is her job and innovation. I'm like, I loved that. And so it was a lot of AI and innovation. It was a lot of, you know, international global tourism, like over tourism, what happened in Spain over the summer. It was really, really good. But first of all, I left at 5:30 in the morning to get to the airport. My flight was like at 8:30. No problem. We get to the airport. It's Sunday morning. 1 hour, 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, no problem.
Easy.
Until we get to the airport. And the construction at JFK. Is, and I just flew in the night before. Totally fine. Yeah. For some reason that morning, we were there in an hour. We had gone half a mile. Oh my God. And they rerouted traffic or something. So you have to go all the way, and then they spins you. You have to then cross a bridge and then go all the way back. So, and my driver was telling me, he's like, this is crazy. He's like, I was here yesterday, and he's like, people are getting out trying to walk. He's like, but they don't even realize how far they have to walk. Yeah. Because they have to go all the way up and over a bridge and then back. He's like, they're going to be walking for another at least, 30 minutes, if that. Right. And they've got to walk like in the street. So finally, now I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to miss my plane. Because now it's 7:20. My flight leaves at 8:20, I guess, or it boards at 8:20. I don't know. Anyway, Yeah, it leaves at whenever, 8:20. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to miss my flight. So he had to get out of the line after we'd sat there for an hour, try and cross over all these barriers. And he took me to the tram, like the air tram, where the workers get on. And so then I had to wait for the train and get to the terminal. And of course, I'm Delta, right? But this flight was operated by Virgin Atlantic, like a partner of Delta.
Yeah.
So it's not the Delta counter, it's the Virgin Atlantic counter.
Right.
And so, which is not near, they're like, oh no, it's over here. And I'm walking all around looking for them. There's like no real sign. Because they only they pop up for this one flight and then they disappear apparently. So I was literally on the train and I'm like, I'm ready to I'm going to Jamaica.
I'm just going to turn back around.
I was 100% on the train. Like, I don't even know if I'm getting off. It's so crazy because I get to the airport finally at like 7:40. So yeah, supposed to leave at 8:40. So I get there and I said, "What?" I asked the guy, "Do you know where the Virgin Atlantic people?" And they're like, "They left. They left. They leave an hour before the plane."
What?
And I was like, "Great." I'm so tired. I was dreading this anyway. I was like dreading this whole thing. So I just about turned around, just went straight to the train. I'm not even lying. And I see some people at the very end wearing like red Virgin like type, uniforms. So I'm like, I'm just gonna go. I'm like, are you guys here? Are you guys open? And they were like, yeah. You could tell they did not want to check me in. Nobody's there. They were like, okay, come on up. They were like, come on up. They were kind of ignoring me, not making eye contact at first. I'm like, so then they're like, yeah, okay, you're on this flight, sure. And then they start to take my luggage, and I'm like, whoa, is my luggage gonna make it? Because honestly, if my luggage isn't gonna make it, I'm not going.
Right.
Because I hit the ground running at 8 a.m. the next morning at the CEO, and I'm not wearing my Lululemons. No. So I'm just going to not go if I can't go to the meetings. And she goes, oh, yeah, your luggage is going to make it. They're like, the flight crew's delayed. They're not even here. They can't get in because of the traffic.
Oh.
I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, the crew couldn't get there.
My God.
And so she gave me like lounge access, which is really nice, the Virgin Atlantic lounge. So I went up. So it was delayed an hour. Wow. Thank God. And then the crew got on the plane and they were like, on the announcement, they're like, we're so sorry. We do this all the time. Obviously, we do this flight every day. And what normally takes 55 minutes took us 2 hours and 25 minutes today.
Oh, my God.
Which was crazy.
That's interesting because when I went to, when I was just traveling, my driver said the same thing. He's like, it changes every day, the traffic pattern. He's like, one day it could be totally fine and it's not bad. And tomorrow I can come back and they'll divert you completely different.
Yeah, well, they messed it up that day.
Oh, my God.
So then I get on the Virgin Atlantic plane. I'm like, I took pictures of the seats, Sharon. I don't even know what these seats are. It's like, they were, like our conference room chairs?
Yeah.
They were like that thin.
Oh.
And skinny.
You've never flown Spirit?
No, but that's what
it is.
Honestly. And I took a picture of the legroom too. I'm like, Thomas could never get on this plane. Yeah. If you're tall, like forget it, Michael. Yeah. You just don't ever fly Virgin Atlantic because you can't. I'm like,
you're not
I'm
able.
Small.
Yeah. And
I was crammed in there. I was like, okay, whatever. Just get me there. So I finally get to London. Fine. Sitting at the baggage claim, waiting. Last luggage comes out. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Way.
I was like, I specifically asked, are you sure it's going to make it? She said, yeah. I was like, I was so angry, but I have an Apple AirTag.
Thank God.
Never fly without an Apple AirTag in your luggage.
Yes.
Just don't do it.
Yes.
And this is why. So I call Thomas and I'm like, because I'm trying to do it on my phone, find my AirTag, and I can't do it. I'm like exhausted and like just blackout rage. So I can't function. Thomas is like, oh no. And he looks, he goes, it's there. He's like, it's there in London. I can see it. He's like, it says it's like there in baggage claim. It's near you. I'm like, what? I'm standing here. He's like, is there like go the other way? Like, where are you? So I start to go to where the Virgin Atlantic like service desk is on the complete opposite side of baggage claim. Okay. That our terminal was, or our whatever it is. And I go all the way over there and he's like, it looks like you're right on top of it. You've got to be there. So there's just like random luggage just in a line stacked over here. And I'm like, well, there's mine just sitting there. Oh my God. He's like, well, what probably happened is they put it with the crew luggage. Yeah.
To prioritize it. Mm-hmm.
They put it with the crew because they got there so late, and they to get it on the plane, they put it with the crew luggage. So it made it. I was like,
nightmare.
Unbelievable. So then I finally get to London. I take the Heathrow Express. I get to Waterloo train station. It's like 11 o'clock at night, 11:30, whatever. I'm starving because the Virgin Atlantic food was not. So went to McDonald's.
Did you have a Big Mac?
No, I saw you guys. No, I had a quarter pounder with cheese.
Oh, a Royale with cheese.
No, but do you know what's going on with the quarter pounder with cheeses? No. People are dying.
What?
Everyone's dying.
Stop
that's eating quarter pounder with cheeses.
What is happening?
It's like an E. coli outbreak.
Oh my God, you're right. Dan just told me that. The kids have been begging for McDonald's, and like we had a game, whatever. I got Braden a quarter pounder.
They took it off the menu because of it. Like it's off the menu everywhere. Like you can't get a quarter pounder right now. It was just the quarter pounder. Though.
Just the quarter pounder with cheese, which is what I get.
I don't understand why.
So I found out why. They just found out. But here's the deal: is I get mine with no onions, and they just linked it back to the onions. I guess the onion producer of the quarter pounder with cheese.
That's just so bizarre that only the quarter pounder with cheese.
Can you imagine? That would be my like. I land,
but the Big Mac doesn't.
Yeah. Exactly. It's just the quarter pounder with cheese.
Because those ones, I'm so fat that clearly everybody can just all I do is talk about fast food. It's because the quarter pounder has like the thicker onions, and then the Big Mac, it's like diced.
Oh.
Yeah, so they're different.
Interesting.
Well, yeah. So I like a quarter pounder, but with no onions, thank God. And I don't think it's international. It's only in America that this is happening. But I was like, this is me in London eating a quarter pounder, like during an E. coli outbreak. Of course. But it was delicious.
Oh, I bet.
Royale with cheese. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
So that was it. And then I checked into my shoebox of a Euro hotel room. Literally, I took a picture because it looks at like dumpsters, my window. I'm like, cool. It was so tiny. You had to like open up the door to the toilet to get to the door to the shower and like open up. I took a picture of my suitcase because it doesn't fit in the little closet.
Oh my gosh.
My suitcase is not big. I was only there so it was tiny. It's a cozy room.
Cozy room.
But anyway, it was great. It was great. It was a great show. As much as I was dreading it and looking for any excuse to get back on that train to Jamaica just to come home and sleep. I was so tired. It was great. I was totally energized. It was awesome. The new CEO for New York City Tourism was announced.
Yes.
She is a good friend of mine, Julie Coker.
Oh, that's awesome.
Who used to be the CEO of Philadelphia and then for the last 4.5 years has been in San Diego.
Yeah.
So it was just so cool to be with her. I was saying, I'm like, are the rumors true? She's like, yeah, they're true.
I love it.
And so we were hanging out, and then we were sitting together at dinner when they made the big announcement at the group CEO dinner, and it was just so cool to be there.
That's awesome.
For this really like historic, monumental moment for not only her but our industry, because New York City is so important. And John Percy from Niagara and I were like, we're going to welcome you to New York. And she's just so cute. So yeah, it was. It's like I hate going to these things,
right? But once you're there, it's so much. It is like you said, it's energizing.
It was. I was telling you my notes. Oh my God, I was just rejuvenated. I learned so many great ideas about what other destinations are doing with arts and cultural facilities. Again, about things like it was the head of tourism for Spain came and did a great talk about how they're addressing over tourism. It was just so many amazing high level conversations. I met this guy from this really cool company called Atlas Obscura.
Okay.
And I already got him in touch with our PR team.
Awesome.
Because they do like off the beaten path things, which is why we're trying to let people know about all the other things to do on Long Island, not just the East End, which is fantastic. But I was pitching him when I was there. I'm like, have you heard of the Culper Spy Ring? And he's like, that is perfect. And I'm like, and you should talk about our music scene and how you can it was so fun. And so just so, I know I'm blabbing forever, but so much great business and it was awesome. And I got home last night and here I am. Full day. Started with a meeting on a budget meeting this morning with the county and great meeting, by the way. And love our partners at Suffolk County. And so it actually was a great way to start the day.
Yeah, it was.
But then, and then I went straight from that to Long Island MacArthur Airport.
Yes.
Where we just welcomed the new JetBlue flight.
Yes.
Not just flight, but JetBlue into Long Island as a carrier.
I'm so excited.
Oh my God.
This is game changing for us.
It's so awesome.
Yeah.
There's so much great stuff happening at Long Island MacArthur Airport.
Yeah.
JetBlue, there's new flights on Southwest. And so we just did our whole campaign. We'll talk about it next week because I've been talking too much. But it's just, it was great. Oh, and then I flew back, just so you know, yesterday on Delta, on actual Delta.
Yeah.
It was like flying back on a little luxury cloud. It was so amazing. I was like, Delta, I love you. They upgraded me. You know, when you're going up and then this little piece of paper pops up at the end, which is your upgraded seat, like as you're checking, you're like, oh my God.
No, that's never happened to me.
It's so great. And the Wi-Fi is so good. So I was able to work. I'm like emailing everybody all day.
I know. I
was working the whole flight.
Like I couldn't
because Delta has like amazing. I tried to buy the Wi-Fi on Virgin Atlantic.
Yeah.
And I could. The Wi-Fi was so bad I couldn't. My credit card wouldn't even go through.
Wow.
To buy the Wi-Fi. I'm like, never mind.
Forget it.
But Delta, the food was so good, Sharon. At the end, like they served us like this tea with the biscuits and the clotted cheese and the clotted cream or whatever, and and then like something else. So I ate. Oh, and then the little sandwiches, like little cucumber sandwiches and eggs. So I'm eating the sandwiches, and then I couldn't eat the biscuits, the scones, and so I fully wrapped them up in my napkin and like brought them home. They were so good. That's how good Delta is. It is. Hilarious. I brought it home. Tegan and Thomas are like, "What is this?" I'm like, "My biscuits."
Yeah, and you are so known for that though too. Like you literally like travel with all this travel food that you don't eat, that you just keep in your bag.
Listen, I buy Cheez-Its just to travel the world with me. And I had a full thing of water. Oh, God bless you, Delta. I don't know what I would do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you,
anyway,
Delta.
I'm home and it has been great and hit the ground running. It's been such a great day.
That's awesome.
And you guys, I loved listening to you.
Yeah, it was great to have Michael on this side of the wall. I mean, we had a good conversation. I thought it's natural talking to Michael. Like,
I know. I wanted to. I definitely want to try. Here's what I learned from your episode. I'm going to run, don't walk to.
I have tried it.
Let's hear.
Like I said, the kids wanted it the other day, so I got chicken Big Mac.
Yeah.
For Dan, and I took a bite of it. Slamming.
Really?
Oh my God, that is delish.
Run, don't walk.
Run, don't walk. He's right. If you like a McChicken.
I'm not a big fan of McChicken, though, chicken nuggets. I'm a Chick-fil-A person.
Well, not that necessarily nuggets, but the McChicken sandwich has got like a little spice to it. Not like spicy hot, but like it's got a different, it doesn't taste like chicken nuggets.
It was as good as he said.
Yes.
I'm going to try it this weekend.
Yeah.
This is weekend goals.
Weekend goals. Just stay away from the onions, I guess.
Everyone's avoiding McDonald's except me.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it. And let me tell you, London is a beautiful, beautiful city.
Yeah.
It was great weather. But you know what you don't go to London for is the food.
No, that's what I've heard.
Oh, you know what I did? I took Isabel, our old intern. I met her for lunch.
Yay.
It was so cute because she's doing her study abroad there.
Oh.
And it was so cute. And I could see her looking at me weird because we both got chicken Caesar salads. And I just couldn't eat it. It was like a little slimy.
Ew, gross.
A little slimy.
Ew,
like
stop.
even the lettuce, I'm like,
Ew.
She's just devouring it. She lives in London, so I'm sure she's used to the food. I'm like, no.
Oh, God.
I'm just going to wait for my Delta food.
My biscuits.
I'll eat on the plane. I know. Oh my God, that was amazing. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear you tried it.
It was so good.
Now I want it. I'm going to do it this weekend. And then here's what I also learned from your podcast, which I differ from you on this.
Okay.
I was debating watching The Joker 2 until Michael described it. And I'm like, absolutely not.
It's a no for you, dog. Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'll try it. I'm like,
because I love Lady Gaga. And just to listen to her sing, I mean, I don't care.
I love Lady Gaga, but...
Well, you could stream it this week.
That's what you said. You were so funny about that, by the way. You were like, well, it's a little early for streaming.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for It Ends With Us to come out on streaming. I want to see that.
That was really good, I heard.
I know.
I started reading the book. I can't get into reading anymore like I used to. I lose such patience.
I went through a phase like that, or I would read all the time, all the different series novels. Is your eyesight still okay?
I don't know.
Because it was about when I was your age. I went through a spell where I stopped reading for a while because my eyesight was it was harder to see. Probably. And now that I have my progressives. I'm like, bring on the books. I can see again, and I can drive.
Yes.
I can drive at night.
Oh.
So stay jealous.
Yes.
Okay.
Not like you go anywhere.
I know exactly. I could if I wanted to.
Oh my
I
God,
don't.
That's funny.
Because I don't like leaving
That
my
is
house.
funny.
But
Oh my
yeah, I
gosh.
was so I loved your pie. I was learning a lot from it. It was good.
Yeah, it was really cute. I love it.
And your Long Island taste stuff was really cool too.
Yeah, the Village Therapy Wellness.
I loved your personal connection with them, Michael. And I love that when our partners have a personal connection. Sharon is having. I also want to keep this in. Let's just keep it in because this is real life on the podcast.
Real life. My mic
Sharon
keeps
is
on
having
dropping.
mic issues.
I don't know why.
It just keeps slipping.
Sliding.
I think it's Michael
Yes, Michael.
from Halloween, not our Michael, but Michael. What's his name? Mike
Myers.
Myers.
Mike
Yeah,
Myers.
who's like I think
Michael Myers.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, you
He's-
always say Mike Myers. I'm like, this isn't the actor. This is the
Oh,
serial
Mike. Yeah,
killer.
Mike Myers is right. He's
Right.
Austin Powers.
Yes.
Michael Myers.
Shrek too. of
And
course.
Shrek. Michael
how-
Myers is not those things.
No. And I think he's affecting my
Yeah,
mic.
he's we're being haunted
Yes.
for sure. But we have a great
Taste.
Yes.
I'm excited for this. We're trick or treating today with our friends at Disset Chocolate in Cutchogue. This business was started by Ursula, a passionate chocolatier who has trained with world-renowned pastry chefs while working at several Michelin-starred restaurants and shops in Europe and the United States. This is their winter collection.
I'm just looking at it.
Yeah.
It's-
Well, you said everything bagel before.
Oh, that's right here. Yeah.
What? Their seasonal and holiday collections are famous, spanning from chocolate bars, bonbons, BonBars. What's a BonBar? Is this it?
Oh my God,
Toffee
this is
pretzel.
cool. This is spicy. What's this one?
And they
Oh.
also have like hot chocolate bombs. We've had them before. But they do beautiful chocolate paintings you can make at Disset Workshop every Saturday or private bookings. This isn't your typical paint and sip event. Your canvas will be made of delicious chocolate that you can eat. This event is perfect for a fun outing with friends, family, and celebrations. To learn more, you can go to dissetchocolate.com. Again, that is dissetchocolate.com.
Here's the everything bagel one, Sharon. You got to try that. I'm gonna
I
give that to you. We love Disset chocolates.
These little
I just ate one that had like chili peppers in it. It was so cute. They are, first of all, they're beautiful. They're like handmade,
They're
right?
gorgeous.
And they're special. They're different. They're not like your everyday chocolate.
No, and they're when you have like chocolate that's like not Hershey's,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, this is so good.
It's special.
Yeah.
That's the word I think of when I think of Disset chocolates is special. It is not your run of the mill.
Yeah.
It is unique and delicious, and you can tell that there's a lot of handcrafted love that goes into these.
Yes.
I love them.
I love it too.
And we love them as partners. They're just really fantastic partners.
They are. She's always been like number one to jump up and join
And they're
in.
going to have an advent calendar that is going to be
That's
available when this
awesome.
airs. That's going to have like all different chocolates and stuff to count down. And
Oh,
stuff.
for the holidays?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm
Yeah, so
totally
you can
buying
get
it.
That's
that
so
too.
cool.
Where do we buy that, Michael?
DissetChocolate.com.
And Disset is spelled, I want to make sure, because I want people to be able to go and buy that calendar.
It's DISSET.
Okay, 2 S's, 1 T. DISSET chocolate.com. And just go do it.
Yeah.
And also great gifts as we start to come up for the holidays.
Yeah. Even like
Get a little box like this
Yep.
and take it to your holiday party as a guest.
Perfect.
Maybe people, instead of like wine, everyone's going to have so much wine.
Right.
Instead, take something different.
Yeah.
We just love, they're so good, you guys. I wish you could try them right now, but just I'm going to get the advent calendar. That's
Me
awesome. Okay, so what else is going on? You guys talked about so I came back. I guess while I was gone, it was like summer here again.
It's like 80 degrees, 82 degrees. It's crazy.
That's a no for me. Did you see the Long Island Wise guy? And it's got like the Tommy Boy guy walking through, all disheveled, and
Farley.
it's like me trying to enjoy fall colors when it's 80 degrees.
Yeah.
Like what? No, I came back and it's gorgeous. Like I was gone for a week. I come back, beautiful yellow and red trees.
Right? Like overnight. I felt like that was.
That's what Thomas said. He's like, these changed like literally last night.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was beautiful. I was driving to the meeting this morning. I was like, oh my goodness, look at all these beautiful fall colors.
It fall overnight.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about Long Island is if you are a leaf peeper, you know, it can be hard because you can miss it. Like September and like October is so busy. We're always talking about how busy it is. The cool thing about Long Island is our fall colors. If you look at the I Love New York fall foliage calendar, ours hit the latest.
Yes.
So ours hit now, like sometimes you can catch them through Thanksgiving, like definitely mid-November.
Right. I wonder why.
Because of the sea air.
Oh.
Because we're on an island, and so the ocean keeps
it.
things a little bit more warm, I guess.
Oh, interesting.
So it's gorgeous.
I love it. It is absolutely beautiful. Like breathtaking.
So funny. One of the panelists where we had a great media panel, and it was like the Guardian, which is like the UK of the, maybe it's the Independent, was like the New York Times, the UK, Bloomberg, and a great German journalist. And we were asking all of them, what's one place that's like, you know, unknown in America that you've been to that you loved? And the Bloomberg guy was like, I love New Hampshire. I think it's unknown, especially, you know, everybody goes to Vermont and Maine. New Hampshire is great for fall colors. You got to go there. And he named like one specific place. He's like, and it's so great because I went there and nobody knows. And the CEO of Boston, Martha, good friend, she chimed in. She's like, it's been discovered, the influencer there, it's a nightmarish traffic scene. She's like, just, you know, everybody goes there. It's wild.
That's so funny.
She's like, it's still fabulous. It's great.
Yeah.
But it's nightmarish traffic.
Oh my gosh.
And he was like, oh, okay. I haven't been there in a while. I want to be like, come to Long Island.
Yeah.
In the fall, because you can see all those beautiful fall colors, especially in so many of our parks. Like we have county parks that you can just stroll through and walk through, or kayak. And it's like you're in the middle of the forest.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that was an interesting conversation this morning with the county about that one of the parks in Montauk.
Oh, yeah. I wrote it down. I didn't even know about it.
Like I would kind of research it because it's like, he was saying, it's like this old castle.
Yeah. He said it's beautiful. It should be used for events. There's so many things that, again, lifelong Long Islanders still discover all the time about our own destination. And, you know, there's a lot of parks and a lot of things that we do. So it's hard to keep it all. But we always learn so much. I love it. It's just so beautiful right now here. It's hard because I'm like driving and I'm like staring around.
I know.
Trying not to wreck. And, speaking of, did you see that viral video that about the insurance fraud that was here? It was in Queens.
Yep.
I was like, everyone's getting the dash cam
Yeah.
for Christmas.
The one where she's like, camera.
Did you?
Right?
No.
Did you hear it?
What? No.
She had the camera, and the guy was like trying to tell her to get out of the car, and like, look at what you did. And she's pointing at her dash camera, and she's like, camera.
Oh, well, you can see the one that I'm talking about. He cuts her off.
Yeah.
And she
Gray
doesn't.
Honda.
Did you see this? Oh, Michael, it's a huge viral video. It's been all over like the national news. It's on the Belt Parkway in Queens, and this woman's, and she's on the phone, and she has a dash cam, and she's driving, and she says, you know, she's talking to her husband, and she's like, oh, it was so crazy. This person had one hand on the wheel. I think it was like kind of a road rage, she thought.
Yeah.
And then this car cuts her off, and she's like, oh my God, she slams on her brakes, does not hit him. Which I think they expected her to.
Yeah.
And when she doesn't hit him, they slam it into reverse and slam into her.
Yeah.
And then
This
inch
is the
up.
thing.
And then then they put this black trash bag up in the window, and they all switch seats. If you see
show
that,
the drivers.
to see who was the driver. And then they all get out holding their necks, and they're like, oh. And they're like taking pictures of her car as though she hit them. And then somebody else pulls up in front of them to like pick people up. It was a total scam.
Wow.
It was a total. And had she not had that dash cam, but you can see the guy when they're like, oh, they're taking pictures and they're talking to each other. He looks over and he sees it. He sees the dash cam on her dash, and he says something to the other. When you're like, busted.
Yeah. Well, it's now like that's a big thing happening all the time. I've seen multiple videos on this, and that's the one I was telling you about, where she's like pointing to her dash cam, and she's like, camera, and they're like, oh, and they get back in their car. Then I've actually heard about this on 1010 Wins, that this is viral.
Yeah, it's a thing that's happening more and more. So I was like, I don't know how much dash cams are for Christmas. I said to I'm like, everyone's getting the dash cam for Christmas. And Tegan's like, I don't want a dash cam for Christmas. Don't make that one of my Christmas presents. I'm like, oh, it's happening.
Yeah.
In your stocking.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
crazy, though.
Well, you have to protect yourself. It would have been multiple people's word against her.
Yeah.
And, you know, and they said on the news, it could be like doctors and insurance people. Could be a whole ring of people that are involved.
So crazy
in these
to me.
scams. And they all
like,
just,
why would you do that?
First of all, think about it. It could have gone so wrong. You could really hurt somebody.
Right.
So I'm glad everybody's okay. But that was, here. So I was like, eye-opening. I don't know why I brought that up. Like, just people being crazy on the roads, holidays. Let's talk about what we're doing this weekend.
Yes.
What is going on?
It is a ton of things happening here.
Oh, I know why I said that, because the fall colors are so beautiful that I'm trying not to
getting distracted. Exactly. Yeah, that's why you said it. So a lot, not only is it Halloween this week, but it's also Diwali and Day of the Dead. What do you say it better than I do?
Diwali? No, you said it perfect.
No, Dia de los Muertos.
Oh, Dia de los Muertos.
Yes. Day of the Dead celebration.
Yeah, you did that better. Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's happening at the Clubhouse and RGNY on November 2nd.
Because RGNY Vineyards is from Mexico City.
Yes.
They're from Mexico. Yeah. And so they are going to do an awesome, if you're going to do something for Dia de los Muertos, that's awesome. And then the Clubhouse is doing something?
Yeah, they're doing something.
That's in East Hampton, or?
Yep, and that's on November 2nd. And then Diwali celebration at the Curry Club, our good friends.
Which is
at
awesome.
Cigar on Friday, November 1st. And then obviously Besitos, all locations. They have the Day of the Dead celebrations.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Okay, margaritas. And Halloween is crazy. Did you tell me what you're going to be for Halloween?
I think I'm just going to be a skeleton.
Yes, not your blow up.
Not my inflatable. That was really difficult.
Hilarious. That was just so funny.
I know.
I can't believe you did that.
Well, it was also like, I don't know if it was, my legs were so short. I don't know. But like I was like walking and it was so much work walking.
Yeah, I just wanted to see like walk and then fall and then roll around.
Oh man,
like a little weeble wobble.
Well, the whole reason why, what I told you last year, the reason why we want to do like a family kickball game in inflatable costumes. So I was like, oh, I'll just use it for Halloween.
Okay.
We never did the kickball game.
Yeah. Well, Halloween is on a Thursday this year, so I feel like it's going to be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So it's going to be like a whole weekend of situation stuff, and it's going to be fun.
What are you doing?
Tegan's having a party,
is she?
which she wants to have her friends over.
Yeah,
I think she's going to a couple of parties.
Cool.
Like leading up to, but on Halloween she wants to be home with her friends, like a little party with them, and I'm here for that.
Yeah,
because I hate her being out on these nights.
I know.
It's terrifying. So I'm like, yes, you can have a party.
Yeah.
What do you want? We'll go to Costco.
Right. What do we got to get?
Order it up.
Yep. I know.
Home.
It's so funny. I saw this. Speaking of Halloween, and like Braden's at an age now where he's like, no longer interested, in
what?
Like getting dressed up or
what? Really?
Yeah. Oh. He's 12.
Yeah.
So, and he's a boy. But
does he not trick or treat though?
Well, that's what I just saw, that it was like the kids these age are still struggling with being a kid and wanting to go trick or treating, and like as a homeowner, give those kids candy. Don't like make them feel bad about trick or treating because they're 12. Like they're not out on the streets.
Yeah, but you have to have a costume.
Yeah.
No, don't come to. Let me tell you, don't come to my house trick or treating unless
you're right.
You're going to give me something. I need some entertainment. I need a costume. We're going to have a dialogue. I want to know what you are.
Yeah,
it's fine. Also, if you're 18 and you want to dress up like a Revolutionary War soldier or whatever, come to my house. It happened.
Well, yeah, you live in Setauket. So
these kids came in. They were like all dressed up like Revolutionary Wolves, and they were late too. It was like 9:00 at night, and they're like, "You like our costumes?" I'm like, "I do. I think they're awesome. Take all the candy."
Yeah, here you go.
I was like, "You're gonna get a lot of candy if you come to my house, but you don't come to my house in your normal jeans and ask me to give you candy."
Yeah, I hear you.
You gotta tell B.
I know. Yeah, no. He'll do like something. He'll put like a hat on, like a funny hat. He'll like do something outside of the norm. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you having no parties? No. Okay. All right. Well, it's going to be a party weekend, I feel like, but there's a lot of other stuff going on. We actually have a new blog also. Oh, which is funny because we were just talking about parks. Yeah. So there's a whole new blog on all of the county's parks, which is, again, perfect time if you want to go see all the fall colors. They are peaking right now. So get out there, hiking, hunting, camping, all the things to do in our parks. And there's a lot. Like, we just learned today, again, when we were talking to them, that Deep Hollow Ranch is a county park. I didn't realize that. It's owned by the county.
Right.
Which is it's in Montauk.
And it's the oldest cattle ranch in the East Coast.
In America.
In America?
Yeah. And there's a whole story there that I'm going to totally butcher, but The reason why it's the oldest cattle ranch in America, it's because when President Roosevelt came over on the boat, right, from their travels, there was a pandemic.
Yeah.
And so they had to stay.
Quarantine.
They had to quarantine. Thank you.
Yeah.
And they had to establish a cattle ranch for their horses and everything. So that's why it got established.
In Montauk, New York. Look
And
at
it's
that.
the only place you can actually horseback ride on the beach.
Yes, on Long Island. I love that story because I think it's more than what people know about it. You know, I think we need to put that on our website or something like.
That's a cool story.
I think that's
a little
such a cool
history.
story.
I do too, and people don't know that unless you go there. So you can go to the blog by discoverlongisland.com/blog, and you really should on this one, honestly, because the parks are right now they're the most beautiful all year. I think. I know people like to go in the parks during the summer, but do it really quickly, and also do it maybe like ASAP because the time is changing.
Yeah, it's going to get darker.
Daylight
early.
savings is changing in a couple
for
weeks.
that.
And it gets darker earlier. So
I'll
go
tell
do it.
you, like waking up though, like I get up super early, but I'll look out the window at 7:00 in the morning and it's still dark, like super dark. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
What is happening?
It was darker this morning. It's weird. It's true. Also, you have until October 31st to do our giveaway.
Yes. Thankful to Michael. He's like extending it. I love it. October 31st, Halloween.
Oh yeah, perfect. And let me tell you, the hoodie
I know.
that you get in that, I live in that hoodie.
I know.
Every time somebody gets one, they're like, I love it. It's so soft.
It is so soft.
And the mug is done by Simply Made Greetings, hand painted mug by a really great local mom
She's
artist.
so cute.
This is special stuff. So you're going to want this giveaway. And then we have an upcoming East End show that features a couple of them. Canoe Place Inn.
I love Canoe Place Inn.
So pretty.
So beautiful. I didn't realize how big it is.
It's those cabins.
The cabins, and then they have a whole arena in there where they have like music festivals come in. It's amazing. They just did that
what?
whole. Yes,
I don't even know that.
it's crazy. They have all this like acoustic. The way the room is set up, they now have like concerts.
Oh, I mean, I've seen the ballroom, but I didn't realize it was that. And there's also one on Cranberry Bog Nature Park and Preserve. So make sure you're tuning into that. So any other celebrity? There's a lot of weird celebrity out there.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on.
I had to catch up on Dancing with the Stars.
I did.
Don't you love it?
I do love it. It's adorable.
It was Disney night.
It was so cute.
Oh my God, it's so good. Who got sent? Oh, Phaedra got sent home. Yeah,
I knew it.
yeah. I was like, I was nervous because last week the model got sent home.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And then I was trying to tell everybody in the UK about the Bachelorette, the Golden Bachelorette, and why they should watch it. They were like,
No.
what? I'm like, it's amazing.
Oh, Michael's all about it now.
Michael, you and I need to do a podcast. We can talk all about the Golden
Just
Bachelorette.
about that. It's obviously going to be chalk.
You think so? So hold on.
I was Team Jordan. I'm weird, but I was Team Jordan. I thought he looked the best.
Who was Jordan?
Well, exactly. But he was the one that didn't really connect with her last night and got sent home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. I didn't finish it all last night.
shit.
But no.
Sorry.
I figured that would have been the one I would have sent home.
Yeah. Guy is awful.
I love Guy.
You love Guy.
Awful,
You talked
scary,
about it.
creepy.
What?
Because like she's just like, will you accept this rose? He's just like, with all my heart. And then it's like every single time, it's cringe. It's cringe. It's strange. She's also not good at listening. I love Joan. She's just sitting there. She's like, yeah, yeah. Like something said. She's like, oh. I'm like,
But you know what?
love her though.
I love her. You know what? And it was, I feel like Chalk is cringe. He gives me.
Is his name Chuck or Chalk?
Chalk. CHOCK. Chalk.
He gives me traditional.
No, he gives me
Possessive.
cult leader. Cult leader cringe. No, he's got that southern drawl thing, and it's like I feel like he's gonna lure her into a cult.
It's obviously not going to be Pascal.
I love Pascal.
Love him, but he's just there for the show.
I don't know.
I mean, hey, if she go off.
Look, I don't know because Pascal is French, and look, she's. Thomas and I had this full conversation about this last night, and I didn't finish it because I was on London time, so I had to go to bed. But Pascal is this French guy. He owns a salon in Chicago. He is so fabulous and extra. He owns like a fantastic salon. I told Tegan, I'm like, had I watched this episode, I want to go to his salon in Chicago.
Is it a hair salon?
Yeah, but it does
Wow.
everything. So, and Joan is extra too. She's like beautiful. You can tell she's had some touch-ups. You know what I mean? I know. Thomas was like, ugh.
Looks great though. Good
She
work.
looks great, but
Yeah.
you
I'll
can
have
tell.
what she's having.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No judgment for Joan, but you can tell she's well maintained. And she goes, and he's wearing his Hermes belt and his black, and he's good looking. And she's like, first thing I thought is he was sexy, and he owns his salon, and he's fabulous. And they're greeting her with champagne flutes, and she's getting hand massages, and she's like, yeah. I mean, she's had her 30+ year marriage.
Right.
This would be fun. They would travel the world,
Yeah.
first class, 5-star, Delta all the way. You know, I think she's thinking this could be fun. That's why I like at this age, they're not necessarily looking to. I don't know that she's looking to settle down on whatever Indiana ranch that Chalk lives at.
I thought it was wholesome.
Kentucky.
I thought it was very wholesome.
Exactly. No one knows.
You're right though. She did have that already, so maybe she's not looking for that again.
I was like,
But he's gonna
don't
treat her well.
count out Pascal. He seems fun.
I gotta look him up.
You should watch
He
the
seems
show.
like good TV, and it seems like a reason to go to Paris and make good TV for the show. It doesn't really seem like he's going to win this, but it's just maybe I'm a downer. Well, she said
Such
maybe,
a skeptic.
yeah, like I'll take a leap of faith. I'm like, go off, Joan. Just do whatever you want, girl.
At this point, I'm team guy. He's so sweet.
Aw.
And you know what? I am like a sucker for the sweet ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she told the story. Did you notice when they were with his family, they were like, what do you like about him? She's like, I love when he did that thing for Charles and he answered the question about what was wrong with his wife. She was like, it touched my heart so much that
this
he was
was the
so
doctor?
nice. Yes.
Oh.
He's ER doctor. Only thing
Yeah.
is he lives in Reno. I'm like, record scratch. I mean, beautiful. But Joan doesn't want to live in Reno.
No.
You know where she wants to live?
Paris.
Chicago, and then travel back and forth to Paris.
Why does he travel to Paris?
No, he's French.
Oh.
Pascal, he's got a very
Okay.
French accent.
Oh. Okay.
And his kids were
Aggressive.
so cute. I loved it. I'm here for it. I'm like, Joan, like you said, go off, live your life, go that 5-star, get your hand massages and your champagne all day. Well, if that was me, I'd be like, just everybody else go home. With your Hermes belts,
I know. You love
a man
you're
that
a sucker
wears,
for that.
like, come
Yeah.
on, a
Yeah.
man that knows designer fashion and
Yeah.
knows all those things, I'm like, yes.
Also sounds like a red flag, but that's just,
What? Oh, well, he's French though.
yes. He's got style. He's got style.
Yeah. So it's different for Europeans, Michael. If he was American and he was that fabulous, you would have to worry for sure. You'd be like, anyway, so love it. Got to watch it. Michael, you and I could talk about this forever. That's enough for today. I think I'm on London time,
Yeah.
so I think I already fell asleep like 5 minutes ago. I'm just napping. Looking forward to having more great conversations and tune in. And thanks to all of our hot teas. I love talking about the podcast. Everyone still talks about it.
Yeah.
All of our colleagues, all of our peers, people still write us all the time. Let us know what you're doing for the fall and Halloween and what you think about Joan and the Bachelorette or whatever. Just let us know and keep tuning in. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.
The Long Island Tea Podcast is brought to you by Discover Long Island, thanks to our generous sponsor, Sands New York. Visit sandsnewyork.com for more information. For exclusive access to contests and promotions, follow Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and X. And for questions, comments, and collaborative inquiries, email spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.